like to make a short intervention into the legislative document, which is absolutely a voluminous document consisting of 106 clauses under the nomenclature of the Chartered Accountants, the Cost and Work Accountants, and the Company Secretaries Amendment Bill 2021. Sir, I know that there is a paucity of time, so I shall be very much brief on my deliberation. Sir, एक चीज तो मुझे ये लगता है कि we are getting wise after the event. That means एक के बाद एक फ्रॉड स्टार जब देश को लूट के भाग रहे हैं तो हम उसके पीछे पीछे भी दौड़ रहे हैं. आज आप खुद देखो कि कैरिबियन सी के बगल में बैठ के हमारे नीरव मोदी साहब हिंदुस्तान की सारे पैसा लूट करके मस्ती मना रहे हैं और वो सब हम फेसबुक में देख रहे हैं. ये मोदी नहीं, नीरव मोदी. ये मोदी नहीं. हो सकता कोई ताल्लुकात हो भी हो, लेकिन ये अलग मोदी है, ये अलग मोदी. कोई ताल्लुकात ये नहीं, मुझे पता नहीं. तो कैरिबियन सी के किनारे बैठते हुए एक मोदी मस्ती मार रहे हैं और हमारे यहाँ दूसरे मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में हम कानून बना रहे हैं. मतलब यही कहना मेरा कि वी आर गेटिंग वाइज आफ्टर द इवेंट. Sir, according to the Companies Act 2013, every company has to appoint a chartered accountant or CA in order to audit his accounts. In case of certain companies, the central government can direct conduct of cost audits by cost accountants. The Companies Act 2013 also requires certain classes of companies to appoint a company secretary to ensure compliance with provision of this Act. This is the background of this Act. In India, CA, CWA and CS are regulated according to the provision of the Chartered Accountants Act 1949, the Cost and Works Accountant Act 1959, and the Company Secretary Act 1980 respectively. The three acts provide for setting up of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, and the Institute of Company Secretaries of India. The affairs of the institutes are managed by the respective council. Sir, in recent years, India has seen several frauds and scandals. In the backdrop of a major fraud that took place during the NDA regime, Punjab National Bank in 2018, the central government set up the National Financial Reporting Authority. Under the Companies Act 2013, the NFRA is empowered to investigate matters of professional or other misconduct by chartered accountants or firms of chartered accountants. This was a move away from self-regulation of the profession of the chartered accountancy as was followed so far. Sir, I will focus on 5 issues. I will focus simply on 5 issues in regard to this legislative document. Number 1, while the bill reduces the role of the 3 professional institutes with respect to representation on the Board of Discipline and the Disciplinary Committee, it continues to rely on the councils for nominating the external members. Note that under the current framework, the external members on the Disciplinary Committee of the 3 professions are nominated by the central government independently. Under the CA Act, the central government independently nominates 1 member on the Board of Discipline. It is unclear. I would also flag the attention of this government and the concerned ministry that it is unclear how the conflict of interest between the disciplinary and administrative function will be addressed if the council continue to be involved in recommending who could be on such disciplinary entities. Number 1. Number 2, sir, the bill provides for setting up a coordination committee chaired by the Secretary of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs to coordinate functions of the 3 institutes and align cross-disciplinary regulatory mechanism for inter-professional development. The function proposed for the coordination committee may overlap with the current mandate of the three institutes and the council. For instance, the coordination committee will ensure quality improvement in academics, research, and all related work of the institute. It will also focus on coordination and collaboration among the profession. These activities are currently undertaken by the respective council and institutes. As the three institutes also have committees for coordinating among themselves, it is still unclear as to why there is a need to set up another coordination council. So it is simply an overlapping legislative document whereby government is going to set up another coordination council as proposed under the bill. Further, the proposed coordination committee will be chaired by the Secretary of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. This provision may certainly impinge on the independence of the three institutes. Sir, the bill seems to be turning the position of president in the three councils into a non-executive role. The secretaries of the respective councils are being designated as chief executive officer. However, the bill holds the respective presidents responsible for implementing the decisions taken by the council. It is unclear how the president will ensure that the decisions taken by the council are implemented when, at the same time, the secretary is proposed to carry out the administrative function of the institute as its chief executive officer. The bill seems to be separating the responsibility of the governance and execution by prescribing separate roles for the president and the secretary of the council. By holding the president responsible for implementing decision, which is an executive role, may be against the framework of separation of powers as proposed in the bill. So there is a gap between the cup. It is quietly and evidently it is manifested in this bill. There is a serious slip between the cup and the lip. Government is trying to hoodwink the people that yes, they are trying to take some proactive measures in order to stem the rot insofar as fraud and other issues are concerned. But in actuality, there is a serious flaws in the legislative document. Sir, last but not the least, the bill provides for disclosure of pending complaint or actionable information against members of the institutes and firms registered with them. For the three professions, the Board of Discipline or the Disciplinary Committee decide whether a member is guilty of an alleged misconduct. Publishing details of members or firms found guilty and imposition of any penalty may be useful information for prospective and current clients. However, recording details of actionable information or pending complaint in the register of members and register of firms before they are found guilty may adversely impact the reputation. That means chartered accountant may be called cheated accountant. So certainly we have to be very much cautious and treat the path very cautiously so as to dispel any kind of misapprehension. Sir, regulators of other professions such as doctors publish details only of those blacklisted or suspended from practice. According to National Medical Commission Act 2019, the Ethics and Medical Registration Board and State Medical Councils are required to maintain the National Register and State Register respectively. These registers contain details such as the name, address and all recognized qualifications of licensed medical practitioner. While the Indian Medical Register contains details of doctors who have been blacklisted along with dates of suspension and revocation of suspension, it does not contain details of complaints against doctors. So, sir, again I am reiterating that this bill may be appeared as progressive, but in actuality, but in practice, it is nothing but a retrogressive step, only to hoodwink the common people of our country. Sir, CA की जरूरत है, ये सब मानते हैं कि CA की जरूरत है हमारे देश में. CA की जरूरत है, स्टैंडिंग कमेटी भी माना, मल्टीपल अथॉरिटी की जरूरत है, ये भी स्टैंडिंग कमेटी माना, ये स्टैंडिंग कमेटी की भी बात नहीं सुनते, इसलिए सर फाइंडिंग नो अल्टरनेटिव आई हैव टू अपोज द लेजिस्लेटिव डॉक्यूमेंट एंड विद दिस वर्ड I am concluding my speech. Thank you, sir.